All right.
It's looking at Mystique.
Don't worry about it. It's not looking at you guys.
Is it on
Don't worry about it. All right. Do we have our giggles out?
Yes.
Yeah, them all out. All right. You can tell me what we have been learning about in social studies yesterday. What did Miss Burris talk about yesterday? Starts with a C. Do you remember this? Don't. How to be a good citizen. Now, I'm going to give you just a second to think about what a citizen is and what me and Miss Burris were telling you about citizens. So think about it. Think about it. All right, who remembers what a citizen is? Raise your hand. Jake, go this way. Who remembers what a citizen is? Emma.
I want it.
You weren't here? Well, that's okay. Do you know what a citizen is?
It's like somebody that's being good and that has actually, a citizen is somebody good.
Somebody good? Bradley, do you have anything to add about a citizen?
Good citizen and bad citizen.
There are good citizens and bad citizens. Good. And we talked about yesterday good citizens and bad citizens. My turn. My turn. So, what makes a good quality of a good citizen? Because there are plenty of qualities in a bad citizen, but what's a good quality of a good citizen? Before you tell me, I want you to turn to your partner. Turn to a partner, and I'll give you about 30 seconds to share quietly. Go. What's a good citizen? Share with your partner. Share with me. What's a good citizen? If I run the house, a good citizen.
I don't have no partner.
Come in with these guys.
She told her.
I'm going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes up here. Eyes up here. Now, I want to know what you and your partner or partners we're talking about. So raise your hand. What makes a good citizen? What makes a good citizen? Ashley. Don't throw trash in the ditch. That's littering and that's not good. Let's see. Who else? What's a good quality? Nathan, I'm up here. Here, I'm going to wait on you. What makes a good citizen? Maverick?
If people have drugs, they put them away and do.
Yeah, both ones.
All right, let's see. Bradley, could you scoot behind Leah, please? Just scoot behind Leah. Thank you. And Nathan, scoot 2 steps back. Thank you. All right, what else makes a good citizen? Jenna?
You don't throw trash in the grass.
Good. And we'll take one more Gannon.
A good citizen is if somebody's trying to take somebody's purse, a good citizen goes over there and gets it back.
Very good.
And he calls 911.
Very good. All right, hands down. So we talked about a few traits yesterday when we did our magazine activity about citizens. Emily, I'm this way. So one of them that we were... All right, I'm going to wait about 5 seconds for you to calm down. Thanks for nothing. Thank you. All right, where's our poster from yesterday? Here it is. Being a good citizen. Be helpful, be responsible, be safe, and be respectful. And we talked about each of those, right? Because you have to be each of those to be a good citizen. Well, today, we're talking about how to be responsible. That's a big word, responsible. Does anybody know what that means? What does it mean to be responsible, Kendall?
It means if you have a pet, you need to be responsible and help your mom give it a bath or take care of it.
Very good. You have to be responsible to be pet owner.
And and not just tie it to the fence in the backyard.
Very good. So we'll learn more about how to be a responsible citizen today, but we're going to start by watching a video. Who's ever read the book Horton Hatches an Egg? Raise your hand if you ever read that book. Horton Hatches an Egg. Very good. Well, we're about to watch the book being read on video. But in this book, what does Horton have to be responsible for?
The egg.
The egg.
He
So,
lays on the egg.
so pay very close attention, Jacob.
Are we going to sit on the ground?
Pay very close attention. Scoot back a little bit. Scoot back. Pay very close attention to how he handles the egg. Does he break it? Does he throw it around? What does he do with the egg? So as you're watching, remember, because we're going to come back to the carpet and talk about it. All right? So I'm going to see if you all can go back to your desk like a little mouse, as quiet as can be. And I will get the video ready. I got it. Don't worry. I see some good little mice. I should not hear any voices.
Do you have a green?
All right, little mice. Maybe let's put those materials up.
This is how you make the material last week. This is the last week.
Are my mice getting too loud? If we're too loud, then we may not be able to watch the video. Okay, I'm going to wait about 5 seconds to see if we can calm down and watch the video. All right, boys and girls, let's see if we can do this without talking. You just crack the door.
Hatches the Egg by Dr. Seuss. Narrated by Chelsea Scott. Sighed Maisie, a lazy bird hatching an egg. I'm tired and bored, and I've kinks in my leg. I'm just sitting here day after day. It's work. While I hate it, I'd much rather play. I'd take a vacation, fly off for a rest. If I could find someone to stay on my nest. If I could find someone, I'd fly away free. Then Horton the elephant passed by her tree. Hello, called the lazy bird, smiling her best. You've got nothing to do, and I do need a rest. Would you like to sit on the egg in my nest? The elephant laughed. Oh, I have all silly things. I haven't feathers and I haven't wings. Me on your egg? Why, that doesn't make sense. Your egg is so small, ma'am, and I'm so immense. Tut, answered Maisie. I know you're not small, but I'm sure you can do it. No trouble at all. Just sit on it softly. You're gentle and kind. Come, be a good fellow. I know you won't mind. I can't, said the elephant. Please, begged the bird. I won't be gone long, sir. I give you my word. I'll hurry right back. Why, I'll never be missed. Very well, said the elephant. Since you insist, you want a vacation. Go fly off and take it. I'll sit on your egg, and I'll try not to break it. I'll stay here and be faithful. I mean what I say. Toodaloo, sang out Maisie and fluttered away. The first thing to do, murmured Horton. Let's see. The first thing to do is chop up this tree and make it much stronger. That has to be done. Before I get on it, I must weigh a ton. Then carefully, tenderly, gently he crept up the trunk to the nest where the little egg slept. Then Horton the elephant smiled. Now that's that. And he sat and he sat, and he sat, and he sat. And he sat all that day, and he kept the egg warm. He sat all that night through a terrible storm. It poured, and it lightened, it thundered, it rumbled. "This isn't much fun," the poor elephant grumbled. "I wish she'd come back, 'cause I'm cold and I'm wet. I hope that Maisie bird doesn't forget." But Maisie, by this time, was far beyond reach, enjoying the sunshine way off in Palm Beach. And having such fun, such a wonderful rest, she decided she'd never go back to her nest. So Horton kept sitting there day after day, and soon it was autumn. The leaves blew away, and then came the winter, the snow and the sleet. The icicles hung from his trunk and his feet. But Horton kept sitting and said with a sneeze, "I'll stay on this egg and I won't let it freeze. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. So poor Horton sat there the whole winter through. And then came the springtime with troubles anew. His friends gathered round and they shouted with glee, "Look, Horton the elephant's up in a tree!" They taunted, they teased him, they yelled, "How absurd! Old Horton the elephant thinks he's a bird!" They laughed and they laughed, and they all ran away. And Horton was lonely. He wanted to play. But he sat on the egg and continued to say, "I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. No matter what happens, this egg must be tended." But poor Horton's troubles were far, far from ended. For while Horton sat there, so faithful, so kind, 3 hunters came sneaking up softly from behind. He heard the men's footsteps. He turned with a start. 3 rifles were aiming right straight at his heart. Did he run? He did not. Horton stayed on that nest. He held his head high, and he threw out his chest, and he looked at the hunters as much as to say, "Shoot if you must, but I won't run away. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. But the men didn't shoot. Much to Horton's surprise, they dropped their 3 guns, and they stared with wide eyes. "Look!" they all shouted. "Can such a thing be? An elephant sitting on top of a tree? It's strange, it's amazing, it's wonderful, new! Don't shoot him, we'll catch him, that's just what we'll do. Let's take him alive, why he's terribly funny. We'll sell him back home to a circus for money." And the first thing he knew, they had built a big wagon with ropes on the front for the pullers to drag on. They dug up his tree and they put it inside, with Horton so sad that he practically cried. "We're off!" the men shouted, and off they all went, with Horton unhappy 100%. Up out of the jungle, up into the sky, up over the mountains 10,000 feet high. Then down, down the mountains and down to the sea went the cart with the elephant, egg, nest, and tree. Then out of the wagon and onto a ship, out over the ocean, and ooh, what a trip! Rolling and tossing and splashed with the spray, and Horton said, day after day after day, "I meant what I said, and I said what I meant, but oh, I am seasick 100%. After bobbing around for 2 weeks like a cork, they landed at last in the town of New York. "All ashore!" the men shouted, and down with a lurch went Horton the elephant, still on his perch, tied onto a board that could just scarcely hold him. Bump! Horton landed, and then the men sold him. Sold to a circus! Then week after week, they showed him to people at 10 cents a peek. They took him to Boston, to Kalamazoo, Chicago, Weehawken, and Washington too, to Dayton, Ohio, St. Paul, Minnesota, to Wichita, Kansas, to Drake, North Dakota. and everywhere thousands of folks flocked to see and laugh at the elephant up in a tree. Poor Horton grew sadder the farther they went, but he said as he sat on the hot noisy tent, "I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. Then, one day, the circus show happened to reach a town way down south, not so far from Palm Beach. And waddling along way up high in the sky, who of all people should chance to fly by but that old good-for-nothing bird, Runaway Maisie, still on vacation and still just as lazy. And spying the flags and the tents just below, she sang out, "What fun! Why, I'll go to the show!" And she swooped from the clouds through an open tent door. "Good gracious," gasped Maisie, "I've seen you before!" Poor Horton looked up with his face white as chalk. He started to speak, but before he could talk, there rang out the noisiest, ear-splitting squeaks from the egg that he sat on for 51 weeks. A thumping, a bumping, a wild, alive scratching. "My egg!" shouted Horton. "My egg! Why are you touching?" "But it's mine!" screamed the bird. When she heard the egg crack, the work was all done. Now she wanted it back. "It's my egg!" she sputtered. "You stole it from me! Get off of my nest and get out of my tree!" Poor Horton backed down with a sad, heavy heart. But at that very instant, the egg burst apart, and out of the pieces of red and white shell, from the egg that he sat on so long and so well, Horton the elephant saw something whiz. It had ears and a tail and a trunk just like his. And the people came shouting, "What's this all about?" They looked and they stared while their eyes popped out. And they cheered and they cheered and they cheered more and more. They'd never seen anything like it before. "My goodness, my gracious," they shouted. "My word! It's something brand new. It's an elephant bird. And it should be like that because Horton was faithful. And he sat and he sat. What he meant, what he said, and he said what he meant. And they sent him home happy 100%.
Very good. So, do we like Mr. Horton?
Yes,
I like Mr. Horton. We are going to go back on the carpet to talk before we get back to work. So, I want to see if you can each be little quiet Hortons. Very quietly to the carpet. I don't hear very Horton's being very quiet.
Can you tie my shoe?
Let's try for this real quick, okay? Let me teach this real quick. Excuse me, Miss Deeck, coming through.
The birds are gonna hop on the Deeck. Miss Deeck, look, a bird.
Alright, can I have Nathan and Jenna come down and join us? You can finish that in a few minutes. So, I'll wait for you guys. I want to see you listening. Let's see if you're being a good listener. I want to see all of your eyes. Emily, Kendall, Lizzie, Jacob. Alright. Was Horton responsible?
Yes.
Raise your hand. How was he responsible? Raise your hand. How was he responsible? How was one way he was responsible? Caitlin?
For his egg.
For his egg. How was he responsible for the egg? Raise your hand. What's one way how he was responsible for the egg? Joseph?
Because the bird said he had his own egg because she wanted to go on vacation. And he had his own egg for a long time.
Very good.
And at the end she said, Get out of my tree.
Yeah, that's what she said. So is it hard being responsible sometimes?
Yes.
Miss Bryce, this way. It is hard being responsible sometimes, but that's what good citizens are. Good citizens are always responsible. What are ways that Horton was responsible in the movie when it was really hard to be? Bryce, hands in her lap. What are ways that Horton was really responsible in being a good citizen in the book when it was really difficult and hard for him to be? Leah?
Like he said, I was really wanting to get off, but he didn't.
Good. He was getting tired up in the tree, but he never got off. Anybody else? How was Horton responsible and being a good citizen when it was really hard for him to be a good citizen? Henry?
The man came up and got a gun.
And was he scared?
No, a little.
Yeah, he was a little bit scared, and it was hard for him to stay up in the tree, but he still did. And there were more moments in the book where Horton was scared, when he was unhappy, but he stuck through it, and he was responsible for the egg, just like a good citizen. So, hands down. Jacob, hands off. I'll help him out. Thank you. So, hands down.
But he jumped on.
Today, we get to be Horton. We get to be Horton. Miss Burris and I want to see who are good citizens in here and who will be responsible for their eggs, like Horton was. So, here's what's going to happen. Each of you, can you give me those bowls?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, good manners. Each of you will get a nest. Now, do we want you sitting on these nests like Horton were? No, we do not want you sitting on the nest because they may break. So, they're just going to sit on top of our desk. But each of you get a bowl with your names on them, on the bottom. Okay? Then each of you, once I call out your name for you to come get your bowl, you get to pick out an egg. And let's pick out, like there's some eggs with designs, but let's just pick out a normal egg with no designs. Okay? There aren't enough for everybody. So, once you get your bowl, you're going to get your egg.
Okay.
Alright? Then, I'm also going to give you, oops, excuse me, a small piece of paper.
Okay. What's up?
When you get back to your desk, I want you to write your name on the piece of paper, fold it in half, and put it in your egg. Why do you think we're having you to do this? Raise your hand. Why do you think I'm having you put your name inside your egg? And you may have to smush it a little bit, but why do you think I'm doing this, Jenna?
Just a big white for candy.
Not for candy, but if you lose your egg or drop it, we know whose egg it is. And here's the catch. We really want to see who will be a good citizen and who will be responsible here. So, if you're like, hey Jenna, look at my egg, look, look, look. Is that being responsible, waving around the air? Or if I say, Nathan, look, here's my egg, catch it. Is that being a good citizen? No. Or if I'm walking around with it and I drop it, is that very good, responsible? No. So here's the catch. My turn. Here's the catch. The rest of the day, and probably part of tomorrow, you have to keep up with your egg. We're going to keep them in the classroom, but you're going to keep up with your egg. If Miss Burris and I notice that you lost your egg, or if we notice you dropped it on the floor or knocked it over your desk, because you know sometimes our desks get kind of busy and crowded. If we knock it off our desk, or if something happens to your egg, is that responsible?
No.
No. So if you aren't responsible for your egg, Miss Burris or I get to collect your eggs and us keep.
But if
my turn. My turn.
Get off.
And raise your and we get to collect your egg. All right.
But if
That's pretty cool, isn't it? So we're not flirting right now. We're not flirting. So one more thing for today. I'm going to call up tables to go up to the active board.
What's that?
All right. I'm going to wait for you guys to focus. Gary, could you go sit beside Leah?
What's that?
I'm waiting on you guys. I'll tell you once everyone gets quiet. Emily. Okay. Once we return to our desk and start working on our nest, so we can decorate our nest for eggs to go in,
Ooh.
I'm going to call each table to go up to the board. It says how to be responsible. So, each of you will get the pen to write up there, the special pen. Could you hand it to me, please? Thank you. Each of you will have a turn at the pen to write one way how you could be a responsible Horton.
Okay.
So, by not dropping it, or by not throwing it, or by holding it carefully or in your nest. So, any questions about that? It's a lot to do. Let me go over it one more time and then see if there's any questions. I'm going to call your name out. Kendall, I'm going to call your name out. Once you get your cup. So let's see who's first. Ganon's first. So once I call Ganon's name, I'm going to give him a nest. He's going to pick out an egg and get a piece of paper. Now what does he write on this piece of paper when he gets back to his nest?
His name.
His name. And then he puts his name where? In his egg. And then he decorates what?
His nest.
His nest or his bulb. And then I'll call up certain tables or certain people to go up to the active board and write what they do. Okay? Or you know what? I may just give it to Ganon first. And when you're done, Ganon, just go give it to somebody else and then keep passing it around. All right. Now any questions?
No.
About this, Maverick?
If we have the nest, we can sit in the egg. We can sit inside of it. It's like
The egg's going to be
on
inside.
it.
The egg's going to be inside of your nest. All right. Go back. Go back to your desk. All right. Any more? Oh, yes.
And
go
this
ahead.
paper.
You got the paper.
Okay.
All right, Ashlyn. Come pick out an egg. Jacob.
I'll give her a egg.
She can pick one out. Here, boys, why don't you back up and I'll move the eggs to the front. Back up. Emma.
They dropped.
Oh, thank you.
Here, I'll hold it.
Thank you. Can you put mine there?
Yeah.
All right, pick out an egg. All right, everyone who doesn't have a ball in their hands, back up three steps. And I have Veronica and Maverick. Can you put one in there? Veronica and Maverick. This is Maverick behind you. That's okay. You can take that one. Maverick, would you help Veronica? Ask Veronica what color. We're not taking those with the signs.
Veronica, excuse me.
Jacob, it's not your turn to touch them.
Okay,
All right, can I have Madison, Garrett, back up. Garrett, back up. Joseph, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Everyone who doesn't have a ball need to back up. Back up. Keep on backing up. Keep on going. All right, Garrett, Joseph. Pick out an egg. All right. No, a small egg. We're all taking the same size.
I'm taking it.
The same size. All right. Go out to your desk. All right. Madison. Lizzie. Leah.
Oh, you didn't get a paper. You didn't get a paper.
Kendall. Everyone who does not have a bowl needs to back up. Everyone who does not have a bowl, back up. Kendall.
Boys and girls, she will call your name.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Henry. We're not doing ones with the signs. Here, I'll get this.
Lizzie got one.
And I told Lizzie, don't worry about Lizzie. Just worry about yourself. She called your name. All right. Nathan. A regular size egg. Bradley. Caitlin. Go back. Go back. We're not having one to the signs. Just pick one. Hurry up or I'll pick one for you. Gracelyn. All right. Nathan, you can get this one. Bradley, pick one. I'm going to pick one for you. We're not taking one to the sides. Jenna. Brendan. Yes, Brendan. Just pick one, honey. Lucas. Jacob. Yes, don't get it. That's a big one. Here's a small orange one. Guys, pick one. Hurry do you say? Okay, now please. You want John Deere green? Here's a John Deere green. Here. You want John Deere green? Here, John Deere. Come on, Jack, get started, bud.